athletes, Hollywood celebrities, and millionaire entrepreneurs.
Newport Beach is essentially Beverly Hills by the sea. It's not unusual to see the kid with a surfboard under his arm on a bike waiting at a red light next to a $200,000 Bentley. It's sort of the quintessential thing that a lot of people think of when they think of California. You know, surfing, money, people in bikinis, that sort of thing.
Newport Beach is also home to the famous annual Christmas Boat Parade, which takes place a stone's throw from the McLaughlin House. About 45 minutes after Kevin's frantic 911 call, Bill's young fiancée, Nanette, arrives home from Christmas shopping to find police cars at the door.
Nanette rolled up about 10 o'clock. She had an alibi for herself. She was at a Crate and Barrel buying a vase that she said was for somebody's Christmas gift.
Nanette has a receipt that proves she's been out shopping. And prior to that, she was watching her children play soccer. As police collect evidence at the scene, they begin to examine suspects and motives.
The thing about Newport Beach is that every once in a while, you get somebody who comes into town who wants to take somebody's money, and that's where we come in.
Investigators look at money as an obvious motive. Could Bill's young fiancée have something to do with his murder?
Not only does Nanette have an alibi, she doesn't have a clear motive. Why kill the golden goose? She's already engaged to the guy, drives a Mercedes, and has a nearly bottomless expense account. Police turn their attention to Susan, the ex-wife.
After 24 years of marriage and raising 3 children together, Susan files for divorce and moves to Hawaii. Originally from Phoenix, Nanette Johnston meets Bill through a classified ad in 1991. At the time, Bill is in his early 50s, while Nanette is only 26. The ad says, "You take care of me, and I take care of you."
Nanette has 2 children from a previous relationship, and it's clear that she's looking for someone to financially support her. She wants a provider for her children and for her lifestyle. Bill needs help with Kevin.
He's a nice man, but he'd been married for 30 years, so he kind of staggers into this single life again and meets this woman. Round about the time they start seeing each other is when Kevin had his accident where he was struck by the drunk driver and suffered pretty severe brain damage.
A few weeks after their first date, Nanette and her kids move into Bill's house.
So Nanette caught him at a particularly vulnerable time. She sort of helicoptered in to take care of Kevin's medical needs and drive him around.
The McLaughlin household is a balance of relationships and needs, but it's not as balanced as it seems. Police also wonder if someone from Bill's professional life might have wanted him dead.
Bill McLaughlin was an inventor. He's in the pharmaceutical industry. He invented a centrifuge that separates plasma from blood. So he actually contributed to modern medical science in a huge way.
With the medical patents came wealth for Bill and his family. But Bill McLaughlin began his life with modest means. Bill grows up on the south side of Chicago. He's the first one in his family to graduate from college, getting his degree in biochemistry.
It has to be very gratifying to be a self-made man. But to have that kind of motivation means that maybe sometimes you're okay with stepping on a few toes.
Well, in his early 30s, Bill patents a needle used in dialysis that allows for blood to flow in both directions through a single needle.
Friends say Bill earned his first million by selling this invention to a medical supply company and reinvested into his own company that develops medical devices.
Bill McLaughlin's personal fortune goes from nearly nothing to an estimated net worth of $55 million over the course of 2 decades.
It appears that Bill McLaughlin owns 2 houses along the Newport Beach waterfront area. He owns an airplane and a place in Las Vegas that he uses to establish residency for tax purposes.
In addition to the breakup of his marriage, Bill McLaughlin was also coming out of a messy breakup with a business partner.
Bill had just hit sort of the end stages of pretty contentious litigation with a former business partner. The litigation was over millions and millions of dollars. It got pretty ugly.
Bill McLaughlin has a business partner, Hal Fischel. They had just completed a heated courtroom battle, which Bill had won to the tune of $9 million. Hal Fischel becomes a potential suspect in Bill's murder.
Could the bad blood between Bill and his business partner be the reason for his murder? Or could the murderer have been inside the house all along? What should be a clear-cut homicide case instead just leads detectives to more questions.
Police on the scene test Kevin's hands for evidence of gunshot residue, and it comes back clean. They're certain that he did not use a firearm that night. Meanwhile, witnesses place Fischel 150 miles north in Santa Barbara, where he spent the entire night.
3 suspects each have airtight alibis.
This is a man that was very well known in the community. He raised his family. He was a good man. He donated a lot to charity. He was very well known.
But one piece of evidence that police find on the scene narrows down the suspect list.
Whoever shot Bill McLaughlin left a brand new key stuck in the lock of the front door. For detectives, that key unlocks more than just the front door.
Guys, it's like Dave was made for me. No drama, no games.
Who? Oh, I know Dave.
The best.
Let me see a pic. A banking app?
The banking app for everyday people.
Dave gives you what those other guys don't.
There's no overdrafts or late fees.
You could get extra cash when you need it. Okay. I'm with it.
I think I found the one.
There's an easier way to bank and get up to $500 in 5 minutes or less when you download Dave.
Every day feels like a vacation in PAC's Coastal Collection. Made with 100% organic cotton, these looks are light, breathable, and always go with the flow. Throw it in your carry-on, sport it as a set, or add it to your weekly rotation. Because some things are made for everything, especially organic cotton. Shop the Coastal Collection at wearpact.com.
I was never able to find a bra that fit my small chest. Every bra gave me gaps, so I designed a bra that finally fits double A to B cups perfectly. No more cup gaps or looking 2 sizes bigger. Meet Pepper, the bras that actually fit small boobs.
This is not a dryer sheet. Earth Breeze is a new type of laundry detergent that looks like this. It's also so easy to use, dissolves quickly in any wash, and my personal favorite, no plastic jug. Learn more at earthbreeze.com.
Everyone warned me about credit cards, but I found the Chime Credit Builder card and was able to build my credit with no annual fees or interest. My score went up over 60 points, and I bought my first car. My next goal, a 700 credit score. Join me at chime.com.
Poshmark is the perfect side hustle. There's so much I can sell. Bags, clothes, and even electronics. It's so easy. I can list in 60 seconds or less. I Can't imagine a better side hustle.
As you get older, your liver health becomes an increasingly important part of the aging process. We created Dose for your liver to make taking care of your liver easy. Dose is an organic blend of liver-supporting ingredients and is clinically backed to promote healthy liver function so that nothing's holding you back.
This is the emergency fire blanket from Prepared Hero. Lightweight, portable, easy-to-use tool to extinguish fires safely and effectively. Pull it out of the pouch and toss it on the fire. It's better to have it and not need it than it is to need it and not have it.
I was seeing this bra all over my Instagram feed. I'm sure you're seeing it too.
This is the most comfortable bra I've ever put on in my life.
I love it because, one, it's not underwire. I hate underwire.
It smooths out your back. It doesn't give you back fat or back rolls.
You could wear this under a t-shirt and it wouldn't leave any marks or bulges. So not only is it super supportive, lifting and smoothing, but you have all that without an underwire and without a ton of padding.
So if you're looking at this and it's available, I promise you won't regret it.
Try risk-free with our 30-day fit guarantee at honeylove.com.
An affluent California beach community, and a brutal slaying. Each of their top suspects have solid alibis. Fiancée Nanette was Christmas shopping and has receipts. Ex-wife Susan is in Hawaii. Former business partner Hal Fisher is in Santa Barbara. Police discover whoever did gain entry to the home didn't break in. They had a brand new key to the front door.
Sometimes in beach communities, the locks will corrode, and it's pretty common for a freshly cut key to get stuck.
A new key means a copy was likely made. Police think someone with a key wanted to give somebody else access to the house.
Police find a second key on a floor mat by the pedestrian gate to the property, confirming that whoever shot Bill McLaughlin had easy access to him. Weeks later, in early 1995, police are alerted to irregularities with Bill McLaughlin's bank accounts.
Within 24 hours of Bill's death, Nanette writes herself 3 checks from his accounts, one for $250,000.
There's a check dated the day before the murder, December 14th, for $250,000 in 1994 money. So that's, I don't know, what is that, $600,000 or $700,000 today?
It doesn't take long before detectives focus in on the finer details. In addition to this money, Nanette stands to gain over $1 million in insurance and inheritance from Bill's death.
Money is a very relative thing. Bill McLaughlin is worth tens of millions, so this may not seem like a large amount to Nanette, who just lost her fiancé. It's wrong, but it doesn't mean she's capable of murder.
Police dig a little deeper into Nanette's financial dealings and discover a pattern of embezzlement.
So about 11 months worth of, started out as small thefts, and then they got increasingly bigger and bigger as we got closer and closer to Christmas.
While police interview witnesses and retrace Nanette's actions in the days leading up to the murder, they conduct a stakeout of the beach house where Nanette is staying with her children.
Police report they observe her through the beach house window as she decorates a Christmas tree with her kids. Making sure your children enjoy Christmas isn't a crime.
Police have enough to charge Nanette with embezzlement, but their detective work unlocks a whole new dimension of the case.
Nanette isn't only using this money for herself and her children. She's just returned from a trip to Jamaica with her boyfriend.
It seems Nanette had more than one relationship on the go.
Nanette was very active in her dating life, I think is a polite way to put it. And so she'd been with Bill McLaughlin for, I think, 4 years at that point. But she realized that he wasn't actually going to marry her. She had a ring, but they never set a date.
Nanette sees Eric Naposki, an athletic, younger man who works in security, for several months in 1994.
When you break down the timing, of her theft from McLaughlin, and you compare it almost with an overlay to her relationship with Naposki. It's like you can see, like, $10,000, she can get away with that. $25,000, it's going to be a little tougher. Then she goes to Jamaica with Naposki. $100,000.
Nanette's emotional needs may not have been met by the caregiving arrangements she had with Bill. This may have been a consensual situation if she was able to go on trips with Eric right under Bill's nose.
After many months of being engaged, Nanette doesn't believe Bill will marry her.
The problem for Nanette is that she realized, number one, Bill had a vasectomy and he wasn't going to marry her. So that makes her a girlfriend. If you've been in the state of California, you got to go a long way before you get real alimony rights.
As the investigation continues, a man who identifies himself only as Robert claims that Nanette and Eric met him a month before the murder and offered to invest $100,000 or more in his software company.
So before the murder, she's looking to invest $100,000 in a software company, looking at buying a $900,000 home. This is a woman without a college degree. She has nothing without McLaughlin. So we call that a clue.
Eric Naposki plays briefly as a linebacker for the New England Patriots and Indianapolis Colts of the NFL, as well as a stint in Europe. In 1994, he worked as a bouncer at a nightclub just one football field away from the McLaughlin house.
Police bring Eric Naposki in for questioning, believing strongly that he and Nanette could have conspired to murder McLaughlin over money.
So what does she know that nobody else knew in November, early December of 1994? I mean, Bill McLaughlin was killed on December 15th. So she knows she's coming into money. There's exactly one source of that, and that's the death of Bill McLaughlin.
But when police interview Eric Naposki, he's blindsided by the news that his girlfriend, Nanette Johnston, was already engaged to the man she says was her business mentor.
Eric's story is that Nanette repeatedly lied to him about her relationship with Bill McLaughlin. Eric also provided an alibi for the night of December 15, 1994. He claims to have been with Nanette at her kid's soccer game before going to work at the nightclub.
Detectives focused their investigation on their prime suspects, Eric Naposki and Nanette Johnston.
She was cheating on Bill, and she was stealing from Bill, and he's going to learn one of those things pretty soon and kick her to the curb.
Police wonder if Bill McLaughlin had made a fatal discovery before meeting with the intruder who shot him.
There simply isn't enough evidence to charge anyone in McLaughlin's murder. Police keep on working, knowing that as time progresses, the odds of getting a conviction grow slimmer and slimmer.
Despite there being plenty of reason for suspicion, there's just not enough for an arrest in the murder of Bill McLaughlin. At least, not yet.
This is Litter Robot, the highest-rated self-cleaning litter box that removes the chore of scooping. After your cat exits, Litter Robot automatically cycles, separating the clean litter from the dirty clumps. Never scoop again with Litter Robot.
Looking for a way to stretch the dollar? With Insurify, you can cut your car insurance bill in half. Scroll through dozens of prices and tap to switch online. That's it. No phone calls and no wasted time. Go to Insurify and save today.
There has never been a better time to join AARP. This special offer gives you exclusive access to hundreds of AARP discounts, programs, and services that will add real value to your life. As a member, you can get discounts on glasses and eye exams, save on prescription drugs not covered by Medicare, but you can also save on travel, hotels, restaurants, concert tickets, and so much more.
I didn't know that.
AARP helps members access exclusive benefits like Medicare supplement insurance, even auto insurance.
We can use that.
AARP offers financial tips, career resources, and tools that may help you avoid identity theft and scammers.
That's good to know.
Pick up the phone now to join AARP. 1 year for just $12. That's 25% off the regular membership price. You'll even get a second membership included free. And you'll receive AARP the magazine filled with information and articles important to you. Plus, you'll get hundreds of benefits and an additional free gift if you call now.
And you don't have to be retired to join AARP. You can join at 50 for instant access to many member benefits. For 60 years, AARP has fought to protect your Social Security, Medicare, and more.
That sounds good to me.
Now you know how AARP helps people like us take on today. So don't miss your chance to join now.
Call or go online now to take advantage of this special offer. 1 year for just $12. That's a savings of 25% off the regular membership price. And you'll get a second AARP membership for anyone in your home free. And get a full year subscription to AARP the magazine filled with information and articles important to you. Plus, you get the AARP mobile app that connects you to local events and activities near you. And as a free gift, we'll include this insulated trunk organizer. So don't miss this chance to save 25% and get 1 year for just $12.
Call 800-400-9312.
At drivetime.com, we've been hard at work, and we finally did it.
Did you make it so I can finally shop at thousands of cars with no hit to my credit?
Wait, yes! Go to drivetime.com, get approved with no credit hit.
Go to drivetime.com, get approved, and shop your real terms with no credit hit.
At Consumer Cellular, we're all about transparency. We deliver premium wireless coverage for up to half of what the largest carriers charge. How do we do it? I'll show you. But you've got to promise not to tell anyone. Oh. I'm just kidding. Tell whoever you want. The truth is, we don't actually own those towers. We just pay to use them. That's how we deliver the exact same coverage as the largest carriers and save you money. And while someone else maintains that great nationwide 5G network, we've got more time to focus on something else. You. Boom! Say hello to one of our 100% US-based customer service call centers. Hi! If you need help or want to make the easy switch, you can call and talk to a real person in Arizona, like Danae here.
Yep, I'm definitely a real person, not a robot.
Prove it. Definitely not a robot. Okay, so it's clear. Consumer Cellular offers amazing 5G coverage, backed up by incredible service. But that wouldn't mean much without super low prices. You already know we're up to half as much as the largest carriers. But guess what? AARP members can save even more. We have the latest phones, but if you want to keep the phone and number you already got, that's fine too. There's no contract, you pay nothing up front, and activation is free. Just give us a call at this number.
And for a limited time, new customers get their second month free. Call 1-800-918-4205. Find us in Target or visit consumercellular.com to switch today.
Ready to party? I'm talking about Jackpot Party, the leading free-to-play mobile slots game that always gives you more. Download Jackpot Party for free and get a 45 million coin bonus. Jackpot Party, a party in every spin.
Coming up next on True Crime Network.
Millionaire inventor and father of three, Bill McLaughlin is shot 6 times in his own kitchen by an unknown intruder.
The thing about Newport Beach is that every once in a while, you get somebody who comes into town who wants to take somebody's money, and that's where we come in.
No fingerprints or trace evidence is found at the scene. Police recovered 2 brand new keys, one stuck in the front door lock and another on the floor mat by the gate.
Perhaps an intruder had 2 similar-looking keys. They use the gate key and drop it so there's no confusion in their rush to open the front door of McLaughlin's home. The new key gets stuck inside the deadbolt, so they leave it behind as they hurry to get out of there.
Bill's fiancée, Nanette, is caught writing herself $350,000 in checks from Bill's estate.
She's spending this money to go on lavish trips with her boyfriend. They're looking at investments and purchases with money they do not have.
Police have enough to charge Nanette with embezzlement, but not murder.
Nanette pleads guilty to grand theft in 1996. She receives a 6-month suspended sentence. But police want to be able to charge the prime suspects for Bill's murder.
Bill's fiancée, Nanette, and her then boyfriend, Eric Naposki, are the prime suspects, but each has an alibi. Could ballistic evidence unlock the case for investigators? And could it finally lead to a suspect? Shell casings taken from the scene indicate Bill McLaughlin is shot 6 times with 9mm rounds.
The gun that expended the casings, they were able to forensically narrow it down to one of 17 different firearms.
Ballistics eliminate one question, but the next is whose gun is it? Investigators bring Eric Naposki in for questioning.
They ask him at the beginning of the interview, you do security work. Are you armed? And he said, no, I don't have a sidearm. And then that morphs into, I had a Jennings 380, but I gave it to my dad after he got mugged in New York. And then they're like, okay, so that's it. And he's like, I also had a Beretta 912, so it's not believable on its face the way he explains that.
There's one theme that runs through the investigation. Does being immoral mean you're a murderer? Police know that Nanette and Eric are no angels, but does that make them killers?
He goes, look, I gave the Beretta to a friend of mine, Joe David Jimenez, who worked a security job for me, and I wanted him to be armed, but he lost the gun. So we get to Jimenez before Naposki can.
Police contact the former employee of Naposki's to get the story straight.
He said, yeah, I did work a security job for Eric, and yes, he gave me a gun, but here's the part Eric doesn't know. He didn't pay me for the job, so the gun he gave me wasn't a beautiful Beretta 92F. It was a piece of crap Jennings 380, and that's the gun I had, and I sold it, and I can get it back for you guys.
Police know that Eric is lying to them, and Eric knows they don't have enough to charge him, so he just keeps on lying.
Eric also learns that Nanette is lying to him.
Eric tells police Nanette and Bill were in a business partnership, and that Bill was her mentor but wanted more. However, Nanette was loyal to Eric. This also was a lie.
She told Naposki things that weren't true. She said she'd been sexually assaulted, and she spun a yarn to get this guy angry.
Nanette and Eric end their relationship about 6 months after the murder. Meanwhile, police try again to poke holes in their alibis. Nanette says she was Christmas shopping after watching her kids' soccer game.
She leaves the soccer game, and then she has all the time in the world to get to Newport Beach and then double back and go to South Coast Plaza to buy that vase.
Eric says he was at the soccer game with Nanette before she drove him to his apartment in Tustin. As she went shopping, he says he received a page from work and stopped at a restaurant to call in.
While Eric says he used a calling card to phone in, he can't produce any record of it. It seems like proof that he wasn't 200 yards away from the murder scene, but without evidence, police don't buy it.
An alibi is you're sitting in Vegas next to an Elvis impersonator drinking a pina colada at the time of murder. And that's an alibi. You've got, and it's on casino video. You're someplace else and can prove it.
As investigators look back at the alibis, scrutiny starts to reveal that they may not be as airtight as originally presented. But that's not all. Eric's former employee recovers the pistol he sold and gives it to police.
He's able to get the gun back. It wasn't a Beretta 92F. And then when we got that gun, even though it's a different caliber, It was federal hydroshock ammo, which is a very specific type of ammunition, and it was loaded in 380, and that was used to murder Bill McLaughlin.
It's the same ammunition, but it's not the correct firearm. No murder weapon, no fingerprints. Lies upon lies upon lies. There isn't enough to lay a murder charge that will stick.
Without any new evidence, the case goes cold. Bill McLaughlin's family believes his fiancée and her boyfriend are getting away with murder.
When it comes to family members, especially on cases that kind of go cold like this one, it is devastating for the families.
The question still remains whether those who did this will be held responsible, at the very least for the sake of Bill's kids.
They suspected they knew who murdered their dad, and they just couldn't do anything about it.
While investigators have strong suspicions, the truth of what actually may have happened and who actually killed Bill McLaughlin might never be known.
I was getting older.
My digestion is changing.
I started taking
in the doctor's office. I'm standing on the street talking to real people about their heart. How's your heart?
My heart's pretty good.
You sure?
I think so.
How do you know? You're driving a car, you have the check engine light, but the heart doesn't have a hey, check heart sign. I want to show you something. Put both fingers right on those pads. There you go. In 30 seconds, we're going to have a medical grade EKG reading.
Detect normal heart rhythm, bradycardia, and tachycardia.
How much do you think this device costs?
Probably $1,000.
$99. Wow, that's impressive.
Checking your heart anytime, anywhere has never been easier. Don't wait. Get Cardia Mobile today for just $79 at cardia.com or Amazon.
A better banking app is right at your fingertips. Download Dave, and you could get up to $500 in 5 minutes or less, right through your phone. There's no interest, no credit checks, and no late fees. Because getting help shouldn't set you back. Switch to the banking app made for you, and you could get up to $500 in 5 minutes or less. Download the Dave app now, or go to dave.com today.
Get this thing off of me!
You still haven't broken up with bad bras and gone to honeylove.com? Take your current torture device of a bra. It in no way fits your body. And the underwire
stabs me in the boobs constantly.
Not anymore, thanks to Honeylove.
Wow, there's no spillage and no gap.
And there's no underwire. Don't take it from me. Look at all these 5-star reviews. Women everywhere are breaking up with bad bras.
when I'm not feeling healthy, I feel like my whole body's off, my skin is off.
DSO1 is worth it because they have strains that deal with digestive health, skin health, and overall health.
DSO1 makes me feel balanced.
My whole system is working better.
It's making a real difference in my quality of life.
If you just do this one thing every single day, your gut will thank you for it.
Visit seed.com to start DSO1 today.
The windows come down, the shoes go off, sleeves go up. The coast is there with open arms. Leave it all behind and settle in. Peter Millar.
From the crime scene, it was just bizarre, to the investigation, everybody is a suspect. Uncover the mysteries and reveal the final hours before the crime. The Last 24, next on True Crime Network.
Meet EarthBreeze, a revolutionary laundry detergent that magically dissolves in any wash. There's no wasteful plastic jug, and it's water-free because you already have water. Just throw a pre-measured sheet into any washing machine, watch it dissolve in hot or cold water, and your laundry comes out fresh and clean every time. Join the millions of Americans who switch to EarthBreeze and stop buying wasteful plastic jugs that just end up in a landfill. The future of laundry detergent is here. Learn more at earthbreeze.com.
Looking for a way to stretch the dollar? With Insurify, you can cut your car insurance bill in half. Scroll through dozens of prices and tap to switch online. That's it. No phone calls and no wasted time. Go to Insurify and save today.
This is Litter Robot, the highest rated self-cleaning litter box that removes the chore of scooping. After your cat exits, Litter Robot automatically cycles, separating the clean litter from the dirty clumps. Never scoop again with Litter Robot.
An affluent California community is rocked by murder. A Newport Beach millionaire is shot to death in his own home. His fiancée, Nanette Johnston, and her boyfriend, Eric Naposki, are suspected, but there isn't enough evidence to take them to court. Despite investigators having strong suspicions, the case goes cold. But a new county prosecutor, Matt Murphy, reopens the case files 15 years later.
We started dusting off old boxes, and this was one that I thought that we really had a good chance of solving, and 15 years had gone by.
Matt Murphy and investigators reopen the case in the hopes of finally getting a conviction. The files are re-examined for anything that could help, any detail that might have been overlooked or have more relevance looking back.
What it takes for a good cold case detective, they don't stop thinking about it. They think about it when they're driving their car. They think about it as they're going to sleep. They think about it in the middle of the night when they wake up. And that constant grinding through the facts, it's like a mill. That's where the little ideas come from that can make a huge difference. And that's what happened here.
Detectives think critically about the surveillance reports from the days leading up to Bill McLaughlin's funeral, when Nanette had moved her children to the beach house not far from Balboa Coves.
Nanette was under surveillance, and we had 2 undercover narcotics officers sitting in the sand watching the beach house where she was staying. And the police report just said, we observed this